Good afternoon. Welcome to Whiskey Words and Wisecracks. Now, we haven't been able to really get together. There's a pandemic going on. It's a holiday weekend. And speaking of holiday weekend, thanks to our veterans, past, present, current military personnel. We appreciate what you do for us and just wanted to give a shout out to you. Much appreciated and thank you. My partner in crime, Chris Harris, I noticed a very nice box of Kleenexes in his video. He did a little short video like this as well. So you're not getting one up on me, brother. Right there, actual Kleenex brand new. This is not some store knockoff, buddy. All right. In our last video, we just kind of winged it and thoughts kind of got jumbled together, and there's something I thought I should embellish a little more on. What that is I talked about the whiskey of the week, our whiskey list that we have at my house, and I wanted to just get a little bit of a deeper dive into that. Now, when my wife and I, Patty, who's on the camera right now, say hi, honey.
Hi.
When we moved down to Kentucky, we thought it'd be a cool idea to buy a bottle of whiskey every month. Specifically, it started out as bourbon, then we got into a couple scotches, some Irish whiskey here and there. So what we did is we made a list, and this list, I'll show it to you right here, just written in pen by me. This is the first whiskey we bought that we still have. This is the last whiskey we bought. Every week we go down this list, and the next whiskey will be the whiskey of the week. Now, this week it happens to be High West Double Rye, for example. I can look right here. Next week it's Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye, and so on down the list. The most recent one I bought right here, get done with that one, go back up to the top and start over. So, we decided to record that on what we thought we needed in our house, and I've been given this corner here for my whiskey collection and other things whiskey. So, we thought it'd be neat to have this whiskey board right here with the lettering like they do in some bars and restaurants. So, it lists our whiskey of the week for the week of 5/24, which started yesterday, right?
Yes.
So that's High West Double Rye. Whiskey for the month of May, which is 1792 full proof, and the well whiskey right now, which is Jim Beam. And I update this every Sunday morning when I wake up, sometimes with a little headache if I've had a couple too many whiskeys from the night before. And I will take you now over to our cart where we keep these whiskeys and kind of explain to you how we do that. So I'm going to get this list out of the way and put it with Harris's Kleenexes over here. In case I get emotional too, you never know in these videos, so you just never know. So first one right here, this is our well whiskey. Right now it is Jim Beam. We've gone through a lot of Jim Beam. It's just I think it's kind of unassuming in drinks. It's just, it doesn't take over with the flavor. It just kind of blends in with what you're mixing it with. Next one I know is Heaven Hill 6-year. And one after that I'm not sure of yet. We do have that one bought already and ready to go. So this spot right here is dedicated to my beautiful wife Patty. She gets one spot on the counter on the little cart here, and her current whiskey she has is Starlight Distillery Blackberry flavored whiskey. She does enjoy flavored whiskeys. She likes like the Basil Hayden's Caribbean Cask, for example, is one of her favorites I know. So this is the one she's currently working on. And she's done a pretty good job, as you can see. This is a store pick from Liquor Barn, actually, here in Kentucky. And looking at me doing this video, she might need some of this as soon as I'm done. So see how that continues to go here.
It's yummy.
Little dropper here for adding water to whiskey here. Okay, now we go over to this slot right here is always for the whiskey of the week. Whiskey of the week right now, as I said, is High West Double Rye. This is a nice kind of rye bread and fruity, real fun. I think we reviewed it in the last episode. The neat bottle, the old school bottle, very cool whiskey here. Whiskey of the month, 1792 full proof. Jim Murray's 2020 Whiskey of the Year. This happens to be a store pick from Bardstown Wine and Spirits, right here in the bourbon capital of the world. Very good. It's just your classic bourbon flavors. My gosh, it's got the caramel, the cherries, vanilla. With a punch. It's 125 proof, so it's coming with some kick, and I appreciate that. Nights and evenings, I appreciate that. Behind here is the moon that inspired the name of our bar out in the barn, which is the Moon's Over My Drammy Saloon. So I just saw this online and had to have it. And also sometimes when you're carrying a dram out to the barn at night, you have the moon over your drammy as you're walking out, and kind of makes a pretty cool reflection. This spot right here is always for the previous week's whiskey, which is the Russell's Reserve 10-year. I'll get this out. This is just, again, a classic bourbon, a little less in proof than the Weller 792. This comes in, I believe, about 90 proof. That is correct. And this is nice spiciness from the rye, and again, your classic bourbon flavors, but brings a nice spiciness from the rye in there that I didn't pick up as much on from this one. Moving on, this is just kind of my spot. I'm going to put in there something I'm enjoying, something that I maybe it was a little over $50, which we try to keep our budget down a little bit on the whiskeys. And this is Redbreast 12, and just fruity. I get some candy notes out of this one. Buttery. It's delicious. Very smooth. Just you can drink it all day. Very smooth, delicious whiskey. I know my wife likes this one as well. There you go, honey.
I do.
And some of the whiskeys we do have, and a lot of the glassware are in here, but I'm not going to open that up because those are for future episodes, and I don't want to show off that much of the collection. Again, we have anything ranging from, probably $15 up to $120, but most of them are more toward that $15 range by design. We don't want to break the bank on whiskey every month. And since, like I said, Chris and I could not get together, I just wanted to put a quick video together to remind you of Whiskey Words and Wisecracks, and you can look this up on YouTube, and through my Instagram account, which is Bourbon1971, and I really hope that you do, and I thank you for watching.